Hello, beautiful hearts. My name is Yvonne Wildheart, and I thought I'd give you another snapshot, I guess, into the upcoming workshop, Death of the Maiden, Rites of Passage into Motherhood. If you watched my video the other day, I spoke about woundings and how when we move into being fully adult, we work through our woundings and take full responsibility for what happens to us and how we feel in thought and our emotions. So a part of that is to work through the wounding. So we all have a wound that we've gained from conception through our childhood, that when we work through it, it becomes our superpower, I guess. So what we're here to bring forth for the healing of the earth and ourselves and all our relations. So a part of that wounding, some of it, the wounding that we gain is maybe not just from us or happens to us. It's something that's been passed through the generations. So the motherhood wounding, the mother wound that's been passed from, grandmother to mother to us to daughter to, down the line. So, a lot of the wounding comes from, generations ago. And if we don't do something about it and heal that wound or look at it and bring it up for healing, we then pass it on to our children and continues on. So as a part of this ever expanding earth and moving into the new paradigm, there's actually not going to be space for our children to be dealing with, generational wounds. So it has to stop with us. So we can step into fully adult and become fully, the elders that the earth needs now. So how this happens? Well, in many ways. So our egg that we come from, it was in the womb of our grandmother. So when our mother was conceived, the egg that we came from was in our mother's womb, which happened at the time, around about, I think it's like the first trimester of the growth of the fetus. It could be early second trimester, I can't remember exactly. So that is one way. So direct body DNA transference of patternings. So whatever our grandmother was experiencing during the birth and labor of our mother, it directly affects us in our full body direct. Another way that it can be passed through is through the tongue. So, you hear the saying that, the parent's voice becomes the child's voice. And that is so true. How often that I personally have spoken to my children in a way that I double back and just go, ooh, I remember that as a child. I remember being told that, or those exact words came up, when I was a child. That was passed from my mother to me through tongue, through her story. And then, and who knows how far that's gone back. Her mother might have said it to her mum, and her mother might have said it to my grandmother's mum, and her, and so on and so on. So a part of this initiation into motherhood and letting that old maiden, that maiden die, is to bring up these wounds, that generational wound, and to really give it some love and, and see how we can change the patterning for, the generations to come. That's a part of stepping into full motherhood, the full adulthood, into initiation. If we don't do that, we carry that and we pass it down, as I said before. So just another glimpse as what will be talked about at the Death and the Maiden Rites of Passage into Motherhood workshop. Tickets on Eventbrite, and which will be in the links below. Also coming up, we have on Wednesday night is a free discussion on the sacredhood of the sacred art of mothering. So if you feel free to hear that or participate in that talk, that would be so sensational. And and also Another workshop's also coming up is mapping your underworld journey. So a part of the initiation is that hearing the call of the dark goddess who's calling us to step forth into, letting go of all these past things that no longer serve us. So when we go into the underworld, like Persephone, we eat the pomegranate and we become the queen of the underworld, and then we emerge with a new story, a story that we can write our own. But before we can do that, we have to let go of the maiden. And before we can eat the pomegranate to become the queen, we need to let go of the old stories that no longer serve us and our daughters and our children and for generations to come. So that's a little snapshot into, the generational wounding. If you have any questions or comments, or you have any experience of that, again, I'd love to hear your comments. From my heart to your heart, so much love. I can hear my children now calling me. It's a bit like being called by the dark goddess. So much love to you all, and may you feel held and safe and love as we journey through this transition of the whole world. Much love to you, sisters and brothers. Bye.